You ever see a project, a decision, or heck, a whole company just completely fall apart and you're left scratching your head thinking, but the people were so smart, the plan looked perfect. It's this weird paradox, right? And today we're going to dig into why intelligence, all by itself, just isn't enough.
So let's start by looking at a scene you've probably seen 100 times. We're going to look at the anatomy of an intelligent failure. It's that moment where everything looks like it's going right, just before it all goes completely disastrously wrong. And that's the real kicker, isn't it? Why do these plans, the ones cooked up by the most brilliant minds, with what seems like airtight logic, still manage to just collapse?
I want you to picture the room, the one. The charts are up, the spreadsheets are open, everybody is looking at the exact same information. The data's all there, it's crystal clear, and it's pointing in one direction.
And look, it's not like they're flying blind here. The downsides have been debated, the risks have all been calculated and factored in. On paper, it looks like every possible problem has an answer.
And yet, bam, it still fails. The project just whiffs, the decision backfires, the whole launch sputters out. That confident, logical, beautiful structure just crumbles into dust. And the fallout? Oh, it's always ugly. Cost starts spiraling, your best people get totally burned out, and all that amazing energy you had at the start, it just evaporates. And all you're left with is that quiet question hanging in the air. How did we get this so wrong? See, here's the thing. The problem wasn't a dumb plan or that the people weren't smart enough. The problem is that a crucial ingredient was missing from the very beginning. And what's so wild is that the clue to what's missing can be found in this ancient source that spotted this exact same pattern in people thousands of years ago. Now, don't just brush this off as some poetic, old-timey saying. This is actually a super precise diagnosis from the book of Proverbs. What it's really saying is that our modern failures often happen because we get the order of operations totally backward. We chase everything else before we get the principal thing. So this gives us a really powerful way to think about it. It's not intelligence or wisdom. It's a hierarchy. Think of it this way. Intelligence is like this high-performance engine. It can gather all the facts, run the numbers, do amazing things. But wisdom is the driver. Wisdom is the one who decides where we're going, how fast to go, and, most importantly, when it's time to hit the brakes. Okay, so let's really dig in and pull these two concepts apart, because understanding how they actually work is the absolute key to sidestepping those intelligent failures we were just talking about. All right, this is the heart of it, right here. Intelligence looks at a problem and asks, can this be done? It loves speed. It runs on pure confidence. Wisdom, on the other hand, is asking a totally different, much quieter set of questions. It's asking, okay, but what does this cost over time? It respects that there are limits, and it's always trying to integrate the consequences that we can't see right away. So you see what happens, right? Intelligence on its own, without that governor, has these predictable blind spots. It gets totally swept away by its own confidence. It falls in love with its own forward momentum and forgets about timing. It prizes that flash of insight over simple patience. And what does it do? It builds these incredible, impressive things that look amazing, but are so brittle they collapse under the slightest pressure. So, if that's the disease, what's the cure? Well, it's not about being less smart. Not at all. It's about learning to govern that intelligence with a simple, almost ridiculously powerful tool, the pause. And here are the 3 key moments, the absolute sweet spots to use it. Right before you make that final decision. Right before you hit send on that crucial email or make that big public announcement. And of course, right before you commit your money, your time, or your reputation to a specific path. But and this is so important. The whole point of the pause is not to get more data. Your intelligent brain has probably already done that. The pause is for your wisdom to step forward and ask a much better, much deeper question. Forget the immediate win for a second. What does this choice actually produce a month from now, a year from now, even 5 years from now? And all of this really leads us to a huge shift in how we should think about, thinking. We live in this culture that is obsessed with speed, with being the smartest person in the room. But maybe, just maybe, we've been chasing the wrong goal this whole time. The goal is not to think faster. It's to decide better. It's about making choices that are strong, that are sound, and that will actually last. By putting wisdom at the top of that hierarchy, by building in that powerful little pause, we let our intelligence do what it's truly meant to do. Not just build impressive things, but build impressive things that endure.